Hello, this is Rajers and today we are going to read about digestion. This is the unit called Human Physiology of class 11th, and this unit the first chapter is digestion and absorption. In today's video we are going to read about how digestion in our body takes place, how is our digestive system looks like, which consists of alimentary canal and the associated glands, and we are also going to take a glimpse of alimentary canal. So let's start with digestion. We know that digestion is a very important part of our daily life. Every day we eat food and every day it is going to be digested by our body. So how the food get digested? So let's start with food. What actually happens? We know food is our one of the basic requirement. Every living organism needs food for their proper growth and development or for the production of energy, which is the real aim of eating food. So what actually happens? What is digestion? So when we eat food, we know that food contains nutrients. We can see here that food contains nutrients, and nutrients are in the form of macromolecules. That is, they are in their bigger form. Food contains carbohydrates, vitamins, proteins, fats, minerals, which are nothing but the nutrients. But they are found in big form in foods. So they should be digested by our body for the production of energy. So the change of this nutrient, these macromolecules, in their absorbable form is the digestion. What actually digestion is the conversion of these macromolecules of nutrients into its absorbable form by the action of some enzymes is called digestion. And after the nutrient converts into its absorbable form, this absorbable nutrient now gets assimilated throughout the body for the production of energy. When this absorbable nutrient, either in the form of glucose or in the form of amino acid, reaches the cell, our cell oxidizes it and produce ATP from it, which is nothing but the energy. So finally, what digestion is? It is the process of conversion of complex food substance, that is nutrients, into their simple absorbable form. Okay. Now, how this digestion occurs in our body? So we know for every processes, almost organ system is present in our body. For digestion, there is a digestive system. So, how digestive system look like? First of all, digestive system comprises of alimentary canal and their associated glands. So we are going to read one by one. First of all, we are going to read about alimentary canal. We are going to take a glimpse or an introduction of alimentary canal, and after that we will cover the associated glands. This digestive system comprises of a alimentary canal, which begins with mouth and finally ends to the anus. So let's start with alimentary canal. Alimentary canal actually nothing but a hollow gut. Alimentary canal is also called gut. It is a hollow tubular part of our body. The whole organ which constitutes the alimentary canal is hollow. Either it is mouth or pharynx or esophagus or the small intestines or the stomach. These all are hollow. So alimentary canal is also called gut. The first part, which is the anterior opening of the alimentary canal, is called mouth. So let's take a glimpse of alimentary canal. This is a picture of alimentary canal of our body, in which we can see there is a mouth. This is the opening of alimentary canal, which goes into the anus. So let's start with the introduction of the alimentary canal. Here we can see this is mouth, which leads to the oral cavity or buccal cavity. Oral cavity is also called buccal cavity, which consists of salivary gland or teeth or tongue. a muscular tongue, teeth, and saliva, which are released by salivary glands. So this is oral cavity. This oral cavity leads to a common passage for air and food, which is called pharynx, which divides into two, trachea and esophagus. Trachea is windpipe and esophagus is food pipe. So a question arises here that there should be a chance that food either goes to trachea or air either goes to esophagus, but it actually not happens. How this is possible? So this is possible because of an cover called epiglottis, which is present above the trachea, which when food enters esophagus it flaps above the trachea, and when air enters the trachea it flaps over the esophagus. So this is pharynx. Pharynx leads to a tubular structure, a muscular tubular structure called esophagus. This is esophagus, also called food pipe, because food from oral cavity goes to the stomach through this pipe by the peristalsis movement that we will deal later. So this esophagus finally leads to stomach. This is U-shaped, sometimes called J-shaped organ. So it is actually J-shaped organ, not U-shaped. It is J-shaped organ, stomach, which connects with the small intestine. This stomach connects with the small intestine, and this small intestine finally connects with the large intestines. This small intestine also consists of three parts. We divided it into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. These three are the parts of small intestine. Duodenum is the mainly a small part but not highly coiled. Jejunum is after duodenum and a coiled structure, and ileum is very coiled structure where main absorption takes place. So stomach leads to the small intestine, and small intestine finally leads to the large intestine. This is large intestine where my pointer moves. This is the large intestine, and large intestine consists of sigmoid colon, ascending colon, descending colon, and rectum. And the final posterior opening of the alimentary canal is anus. Throughout the fecal material passes out. So this mouth to the anus is the alimentary canal. Okay. Now we are going to read about mouth. Actually, we will read every part of alimentary canal one by one. First, so this is the anterior opening of mouth. So we will going to deal with mouth first. So let's take an overview on mouth and buccal cavity. Mouth is the part of alimentary canal which gives food up entry and also helps in its chewing and the partial digestion of food. Actually, what happens in mouth? The food get masticated, chewed with the help of teeth and tongue, and forms bolus there. Actually, when this process of digestion, what actually happens, we are going to read about it later. Now we only do is the how is the structure of mouth, what is inside the mouth. So mouth mainly contains teeth, muscular tongue, and saliva. So first of all we will read about teeth. So we know teeth is a very hard outer portrait part of our body. Each tooth, we know, each tooth is embedded in a muscular socket. We can see here, each tooth is embedded in a muscular socket which is of jawbone. This socket made up of jawbone. We know there are two jaw, upper and lower jaw in our mouth. So which comprises of bone. So this attachment, we know this attachment of teeth on the socket, this type of attachment of teeth is called thecodont. So we are thecodonts because our teeth are embedded in a jaw socket. Because some animals are also present in which teeth are not embedded in their a proper socket. Either they are pieces pieces. There are fishes which are fishes in which no jaw socket is found. So we are thecodonts. So all mammals, mainly mammals, not all, are actually thecodonts. When we go to read about teeth, one main thing that we will find is there are mainly two sets of teeth which appear during our lifetime. As there is a set of temporary teeth which is called milk teeth or deciduous teeth, which is later replaced by a set of permanent teeth. So there are actually 32 teeth in total in our mouth, and this out of this 32, 20 are permanent teeth and the 12 are temporary. This 12 finally becomes permanent later, but these 12 are temporary. So as the child grows faster, the teeth get set down and change to a permanent teeth. This dentition or this attachment is called diphyodont. This dentition is the how teeth appears in mouth. So this dentition of teeth in life, that is, it appears in two sets. Because it appears in two sets, it is called diphyodont attachment or dentition of teeth. So what we find that our teeth are thecodont, diphyodont, and heterodont. Now what is this heterodont? This heterodont means that teeth is of four different types. Homo word represents same types and hetero represents different types. So heterodont teeth means there are different types of teeth are found in our mouth. So what are they? So there are four types of teeth. There is four types of teeth in our body. There are four divisions of teeth in our body or mouth. That is incisors, canine, premolars, and molars. These four finally totals 32. Incisors are the frontier teeth that are very weak and helps in tearing, holding the food. There are four in each jaw, upper and lower, four in each. So total there are 8 incisors. Beside it, there are two canine in each part of jaw, which helps in tearing the food. We know the canines of tigers or carnivorous are very sharp, either of dog or tiger or lion. The canine is very sharp, but our canine is not so sharp. It's little less. So there are total of four canines in our mouth. After that are the premolars and molars that actually helps in the food mastication, helps in masticating the food and chewing the food. So there are two molars in each part of jaw. So actually four in each, which comprises total of 8 premolars, and there are 6 molars in each jaw. So 8 premolars and 12 molars. This total incisor canine premolars and molar makes 32. A term called dental formula is used for different organisms to describe the division of teeth. Dental formula actually the arrangement of number of incisor canine premolar and molar in each jaw. We represent first incisor, after then canine, and then premolar and molar in dental formula. The this by above the y is upper jaw arrangement and below the y is the lower jaw arrangement. So this 2, 1, 2, 3 represents incisor, canine, premolar, molar in half part of a jaw, each jaw. That means there is 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar, 3 molar in half of each jaw, in upper and in lower. there is same number of these teeth, but it is not going to be similar in all animals. There should be different incisor canal, premolar and molars in all organisms. So this is the dental formula of human 2123 by 2123. So this is all that what today we read about. In the next video we will read about tongue, saliva and the other parts of alimentary canal that are stomach, esophagus, small intestine, large intestine, and some associated glands that are liver, pancreas, salivary glands, and etc. Okay, then this is what I finally give in this video. Thank you.